Welcome back to Science. I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me, as always, is Dr. Moon.
Howdy.
We're here to rank Curse of the Dead Gods. But first off, we're going to talk about our final thoughts of the game, ask the age-old question, will we continue playing it or not, and then figure out where it's going to go in the infallible list of the best roguelikes of all time. Moon, let's start with you with your final thoughts here of Curse of the Dead Gods.
It's not a bad game. We'll get that out the way first and foremost. It's not a bad game. It's very hard.
Yeah, like, surprisingly, based on how pretty straightforward and easy it is at the beginning.
Yes, it definitely ramps up the difficulty, we will say.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's fine. Whatever. It's going to happen. I don't know. It's weird. Like, it plays fine. Like, it's paced fine. There's pretty good windows for, like, countering and dodging and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But still, there's something about it that I'm not a huge fan of, and I don't think it's not the style. I like the style.
Mm-hmm.
The cases are okay. Like,
Yeah.
they're not terrible, but at the same time, the combat's fine. It's got a good like thwonk to it,
Yeah.
which is the only way I can think of putting that. Is it has a good thwonk to it is probably
Yeah.
the least descriptive thing
It,
ever.
it has a good weight to it. Like, your attacks feel good, like the shooting feels solid, like it feels punchy. It feels a lot like when a platformer gets the jump right, it just feels
Yes.
right. You know, like it's that intangible thing.
Yes. And unlike it is fine to play. It is relatively fun to play.
Right. Unless you get that curse I got where it's like, yeah, enemies spawn more enemies. Good luck.
Yeah, I've had that one. That one's not great,
It's
to be honest.
real bad.
It's weird. There's a lot to like about it, but at the same time, there isn't.
Right.
Because I don't know. It could just be our mental states. It could be the simple fact of the matter is that things are busy right now, and the world is slipping into a hellscape every day. It seems.
We're on an Ironcast hangover.
Yeah, we're on an Ironcast hangover, which was already super difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fun fact, by the way, apparently, some friends of ours have been playing that and found it difficult too. Just so you know.
Ah, yes.
So
it is.
it's not just us.
It's a tough game, man. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a good game. It's not great because the problem is at the same time there is almost nothing carrying you from run to want to keep playing it other than the fact that it's a roguelike.
Right.
And again, I hate to make this comparison, but it got the big patch the same time that bloody Hades came out on Game Pass.
It's a tough thing to compete against.
Like, how do you legitimately compete against one of the best roguelikes ever made?
Yeah, the roguelike at the top of our list. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah. So it sounds like you probably won't still be playing it.
It's on Game Pass, so here's what's going to happen is I'm not going to play it at all, and then I'll get the notification from TA that it's leaving Game Pass, and I'll be like, now is a good time to sink hundreds of hours into this roguelike so I can get every achievement in it.
Sounds about right, yeah.
It's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Stupid Game Pass.
I feel pretty similarly. Like, I think Curse of the Dead Gods has a lot of good stuff going on for it. I like the style a lot. I think it has a really strong style. Sound effects, music and stuff, really good. Controls, really tight. It's one of those things where it's, probably about 7 to 10 years ago, we would have called it like the Arkham Asylum combat style. I always wish that games like this are maybe a little bit speedier, a little bit snappier. Like I want to play a roguelike made by Platinum. Like I just want to be
Oh,
like knee
jeez. Do you
sliding
really?
around the
Do you
dungeon. Like,
really?
yeah, it'd be great. Um, so for me, this like every attack and move and stuff feels deliberate, feels a little bit on the slower side to maybe something that I would prefer. I don't think that's a negative to the game. It's just sort of a personal preference. Um, I think the risk reward stuff around both the curses and the light dark system is really creative. I think it's a really cool idea.
I
I
think
think
they
it,
could have done with just one of them. Like maybe just the
yeah,
light dark and no curses, or
and I think in execution, I don't think they work out 100%. Like, I don't, Curse of the Dead Gods is really interesting because I think it is a good game, and I I kind of like it, and I would recommend that people that like roguelikes check it out because it is
Mhm.
solid, but it's not something. It's not bad. It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not something like Neon Abyss, where I'm gonna say like
Yeah.
you should go play this game. It's genuinely really good. Um, it's it, it's not like
See,
ever.
I might
Good.
recommend this before Neon Abyss for new starters to the roguelike genre because Neon Abyss has a
Yeah.
lot going into it. Like the whole angel devil deal things, the eggs. There's
Sure.
so much in Neon Abyss that
Right.
kind of is inspired by its history. Whereas this feels very much like a very basic, down to earth roguelike where it's just
Kind
like,
of
yeah,
hack
you
and
got two
slash.
weapons. Yeah,
Right.
the Diablo of roguelikes, if you will.
Right.
Except
Right.
that's probably Hades. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think this is going to be our challenge as we dive into more games is how do we talk about and address and here very shortly rank out of these middle of the road roguelikes. Like it's a hack and slash third person dungeon crawling roguelike where you upgrade your run between runs, but you reset it every time. And it plays fine. It is on Game Pass. It's just good. But
Yeah,
it does nothing extraordinary. It does nothing really that poorly. And it's fine.
yeah.
I think that's the hard part. Um, I probably won't play this in the near future. The hard part here is I feel like this is a game I could play like maybe a run a week for months and months and months. It's not something where
Yep.
I need to go back in, I need to do another run. Oh no, I lost 3 or 4 hours because I just hammered that button to get right back in the dungeon. It's really not that for me, but I could see having a really slow burn with it. Which is kind
Yeah.
of antithetical to the show, but it is what it is. Um, okay, now that Louise has joined us, Dr. Louise, let's figure out where we're gonna put this in
Excuse
the
me.
list of.
This is my special assistant, Louise.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Thank you very much.
We decided pre-show here. We're gonna start at number 30. So is Curse of the Dead Gods better than Moonlighter?
Yes. Spoiler alert for this coming week's episode of TVGP. I've been playing Moonlighter again, and I want to punch you in the face, Boston. Thanks. Yes.
Microsoft, you have to stop letting developers end achievements in anything other than 5 and 0. Like let's solve the problem.
And you know what the worst thing is? All
Oops.
of the perfect achievements in that game are fives and zeros. The one
Ugh.
odd number achievement I have left is the 10,000 kills achievement.
Oh, barf.
Thanks, Boston.
Barf. Is Curse of the Dead Gods better than Cave Blazers?
I think so.
I feel like the big problem we had with Cave Blazers was that there was a lot of confusion around what did I unlock, what does this item do, like what am I actually earning. I feel like uh, Curse is pretty clear about the stuff in that real big grid. It's pretty clear about the stuff you're unlocking.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I do remember liking King Blazers a fair amount.
It was okay.
But it
Yeah.
was also one of those super punishing games, I believe, as well,
Yeah.
where like it got pretty hard pretty quickly. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I like Cave Blazers, but I like the art style on Curse of the Dead Gods a hell of a lot more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. All right, is Curse of the Dead Gods better than Riddled Corpses EX?
Real Corps is a great arcade roguelike. If you're looking for a simple roguelike to get you into the feel
Yeah,
of things,
that's a twin
Riddle Corps
stick,
is
like
yeah,
six
it's a
level
twin stick
thing.
roguelike.
It's great. Ignore the cover art.
It's over in like 2 minutes. It's not an anime notice me senpai kind of game.
That's right.
Um, it's a fine game. It's so shallow. I hate to
Yeah,
use that phrase, but it's legitimately. I think we probably beat it in like 6 hours if you put your mind to it.
yeah. And Riddled Corpses feels a little bit more of a grindy roguelike, where you're
Mhm.
sort of meant to kind of keep running and keep grinding to get the next unlockable. And at least in the beginning, Curse didn't really feel like that. It felt like, all right, I can offer up these collectibles for one, maybe two unlockables, kind of every run.
Yeah,
Is Curse of the Dead Gods better than Black Sea Odyssey?
Curse of the Dead Gods is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Black Sea Odyssey is impossibly hard.
And I feel like my big problem with Black Sea was it always felt a little obtuse. Like it wasn't very clear where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing. Curse feels very well designed in that regard. It's kind of here's a starting room, here's an enemy, like an enemy arena. Here's your reward. Go back to the FTL map, rinse and repeat, kind of within a run.
Yeah,
Um, I would vote it over Black Sea Odyssey,
me too.
personally. Is Curse of the Dead Gods better than Galaxy?
This one's more difficult because they're both very, very difficult games.
Yeah.
But at the
Galaxy
same
also has that
time,
style too.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Tales of the Dead Gods has got good art, but
Yeah.
Galaxy has got style.
Yeah. It really nails like the 70s VHS anime thing it's going for.
Hmm.
That's a tough one. Um I
Honestly, for me, this is a toss up. Either one, because they're both so hard. And like, at least with
yeah.
Galaxy, you have that style that pulls you in, where it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna start another run because I want to see what stupid randomly generated name this episode comes up as.
Yeah, exactly. Who's the writer in this one?
Uh-huh.
I feel like it should stop here. Eh,
Yeah, I could
They're
see that.
they're really close, but
Yes.
I feel like Galaxy is probably maybe for me. I don't know. It's one of those like knee jerk kind of gut things where it's like I feel like Galaxy is just a better game. It's certainly not our favorite thing, but I think maybe for me it's kind of a better roguelike. Um, Yeah, this one's tough. I mean, a lot of them here, kind of in this area of the list, is like if it's not rocketing up the charts, I feel like I'm splitting hairs a little bit here, so it can be a little tough. But that means that Curse of the Dead Gods sits here at number 27 on our list of the best roguelikes of all time. Friendly reminder that we are, for the next month, we're going to be playing Hand of Fate 2. The sequel to the number 2 best, for the longest time, the number 1 roguelike in our list, Hand of Fate.
Yep.
So we'll be taking the next month to see what the improvements are, how far we've come, and how if it can challenge the king of the underworld, Hades. All right, that's
Really?
enough for
You're
me.
gonna go there. You're
Yeah,
gonna go there. He's a prince. He's not a
that's enough
king.
for
He's
me.
a prince.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.